Great guest with us today by the name of Joshua, and he's going to be telling us a little bit about social media and videography and how those kinds of things put in together. Hello and welcome to the show.
Hi, thank you for having me. It's a great pleasure to be here, and Happy New Year to you.
Thank you so much. Right, so tell us a little bit about yourself. How did you get into what you're doing now?
Okay, so born and bred in Cape Town, South Africa. I started selling ice popsicles, Gaddy's ice creams, if you might know them. When I was 6 years old, around my neighbourhood with my brother, and in turn then started trading in Cape ads, started washing cars, doing anything that I could to generate income, and yeah, in turn started a few businesses, and that's put me to where I am now. And that's really just developing business in the online space, in helping people and brands build their income and their influence online.
Okay, so that's pretty interesting. So how exactly would you go about doing that?
Well, it really depends on the needs of the business, what the outcomes are. You know, some brands already have a basic online presence but might not have a set strategy or outcome that they're trying to achieve. They just know that they need to be there, but they don't know how to manage and set some goals around that. There's other legacy business in South Africa who are maybe in that sort of 50 plus ownership category, who have a great business but they don't have any online presence at all. And so yeah, it's a bit of a mix and match, but the ideal situation is to get people into a focused strategy when they're working online, because it is a really great opportunity for exposure as opposed to 20 years ago when your big break was TV. And so that's what we're trying to do, is help people focus in the online space.
Yeah, because a lot of the times, I'm just thinking of a guest house that I was looking at where their Facebook page was pretty much just, you know, posts of funny cats and, you know, these cartoons and stuff like that. There was absolutely zero strategy. So obviously someone told them they needed a Facebook fan page, but they had no idea what to actually put on there. So they were putting on this absolute nonsense. And so you're the kind of guy that comes along and helps them build that strategy.
Yes, and marries the identity to everything else that they're putting out there. You know, you're not a cattery or a kennel. If you're a guest house, people need to find you in that space, and they need to be able to find your message and essentially have this basic trust before they've even met you face to face. And that's a real vital part of video, and why, you know, for the last 4 years it's been the year of the video, and again this year it's the year of the video. What the desire is, people are looking for interaction, and they're looking at a very fast pace. And so video and connecting the dots with who's the person behind the company, what are they about, and what are they going to do for me? And that's what we do in the online space. Is how do we bring your identity, your brand, your message across in a way that's going to build trust with customers? Because at the end of the day, we need buyers, because buyers equate to rands. And it's quite important that what we do there, we do it well and authentically, and we don't try front and be something that we're not.
Absolutely, yeah. So to take us through the process, a customer comes to you and they're absolutely clueless. What kind of, do you have a specific plan that you work through, like a checklist, or is it more of a feel, touchy kind of vibe that you get from the person before you put that into place?
Well, I'd like to believe that a bit of instinct does come into play, and gut feel. One should always trust their gut. Yeah, there is a strategy. So first and foremost, most people are looking at, hey, do you have a website? And if you do, was it built like 10 years ago? Because a lot of the sites built 10 years ago don't scale for mobile, and we know that a lot of the market at the moment is purely mobile driven, and that's how it's going to continue to evolve into that space. So start with the website, which in turn someone normally in the business either goes, oh yeah, well what about that Facebook thing, you know, or Twitter, and what's Snapchat? And so then we start to look, do they need to be playing in those spaces? And if they do, how much of their time are they allocating to that? So if Facebook's working really well for you, that's fine, continue to do that, but then allocate 20% to one of the other platforms to learn it, and then learn how to develop it. Don't just discount it because you don't understand it.
But the other side, of course, is that if you're not going to do it properly, then it's better not to do it at all. Like if you're not going to manage Twitter properly and be able to respond within a few minutes, then rather don't be on Twitter.
For sure. I mean, that's in essence why you would work with someone like me and the people that I've surrounded myself with, so that we take a lot of that management away. Some of the businesses we train in-house and educate the people how to do that. So you know, how to put out a content strategy so that there's at least some frequency, developing that up front so that you know what you're doing for the next 3 months, what are your themes and things like that. It's not always the case, but most of the time, if you're going to do it, you're going to get the full bells and whistles. Otherwise, as you say, and if you're not going to do it properly, then don't do it. Yeah. But that shouldn't also scare people off the platforms. I believe rules are meant to be broken, and there's a lot of rules around social media that people have inherited and they don't even know where it came from and things like that. So you got to be disruptive. You got to do things that are going to cause disruption and position yourself differently in the online space.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. Now, you've brought some fancy cameras and stuff to studio as well. Tell us a little bit about the filmography side, the videography. Where does that fit in? Because you can't keep reposting the same videos every week. So how does that work?
Yeah, so I normally try and get, for myself personally, to commit to 1 video a week. So whether it's doing a Facebook live video, or whether it's a Twitter little post, Instagram little video, or a YouTube video. And so what we've got in studio here for the listeners, we've just got a GoPro on the tripod, and that's busy capturing the space, and I will edit that into a little promo for this interview. So what that does is videos bring a lot of authenticity across to people, and inevitably there is someone for your thing that you're passionate about. So you could be passionate about stationery. I can guarantee you there's an audience for you. And so it doesn't matter what business you're in, there really is a good connection between you and your client by introducing video into the mix. And so I've thrown myself fully at it. I've managed to convince a lot of clients to throw themselves fully at it, and the responses are, over time, far better for the brand than just putting out written content.
Right. Now, sorry, there's one thing about video that's pretty scary, and that is that some people just aren't made to be in front of the camera. How do you get over that part?
You don't always have to be in front of the camera to make video for your business. We can do basic animations and infographic type videos that still bring your message across. People in this day and age, it's very sad to say that we've got an 8-second choice rate when scrolling through a social media stream when we click on something, and the general attraction is to video over most other content. So yeah, you've got 8 seconds to get in the door, and then once you've got in the door, we want people to deliver good messaging. You know, it also shouldn't scare people to be resourceful and innovative. Have you not seen the hot knife videos?
No.
Okay, they heat up a knife to like mega hot till it's glowing, and they cut through random objects. Really? Coca-Cola bottle, everything like that. The other one is hydraulic press. They just crush things with hydraulic press.
Oh, I've seen those, yeah.
You don't have to be in front of the camera. I mean, some people just do motivational text